Hello and welcome. Again, I am Jumil. So, yesterday or from the previous video that we already tackled, we discussed about Cartesian plane. So, this Cartesian plane. So, by the way, I'm Jumil. I'm a CNC machinist for almost 20 years now. And um, I'm more exposed in CNC milling. So, that's why for our video tutorial, I'm this sharing about uh, CNC milling manual programming. So that's where my focus at the moment. So yeah, so go back to our tutorial. So we already done the sample drawings and the overview of our program operations, which are these facing, contouring, etc. And what to expect in calculation of formulas like RPM, feed rate, cutting speed, angle, drill size, because we have tapping operations also. So this is our drawing that we will. This is our sample drawing, and yeah, let's begin. So the topic today is all about because yes, the previous video you already understand how the Cartesian plane or the quadrant applied to the programming of parts. So I hope you already understand the use of Cartesian plane in the actual programming of our parts. So that's why once you understand the Cartesian plane, you cannot or you will not anymore guess what value you should put in your program because you already know if it is positive or negative values. So let's begin. Our topic today is let's begin facing operation. So because this is isometric, so I want to extract this one in an orthographic. So let's get the top view, side view. But because we're programming the facing at the moment, so I think I can copy this one. Let's just copy that one somewhere here in the page 3. Paste. Oh yeah, but only those. Uh, I will highlight again. I can probably copy all. One, two, ano? One, two, oops. No. We can just copy one by one. But anyway, we will just probably draw. It's just easy to draw. So, for our topic for today, so let's begin the programming so we can go directly. So we will do all these operations: pacing, contouring, packeting, drilling, chamfering, and tapping. So number 1, I'll just want to put somewhere here for title of our first operation. Program operation. Program operation. So program operation. Then I will highlight that. I will make it a little bit bigger so you can see the font. It's quite small, so yeah. Can you see that? How it comes that the other Why it cannot extract to bigger? Ugh. Or probably it needs to be because it's, I think that's all right. Just enough to, yeah, program operations. Why it's doubled? Okay. So number one, tapping. I'll just copy that one and replace. Paste. Oops. Tapping. Tapping. Why I keep on saying tapping? Pacing. Number one, pacing. Pacing operation. Yep. Oop. There's a number two there. Just wait a moment. I'll just get my old notes so that we cannot miss a single details, right? Just wait a moment, please. Anyway, because I cannot find my I cannot find my notes. I have some notes, but the notes that I have from my old notes, I think I put it somewhere because you know what, I show you this one example like this. I want to show you this one. So all these old notes, can you see it? Like I have a lot of books here. See this one? I have a lot of books here. So like this one, this is I this book is when I'm trying to learn about AutoCAD back in UAE when I was working. So this year is 2010, 2010. If you can see there. So Jumil Ignacio 2010. Can you see the date? 2000 Jumil Ignacio 2010. See? AutoCAD. So I use this book in AutoCAD notebooks, and I also fill some of the fill because it was not totally full. So half of it I also write when I'm studying about how to learn in Mastercam notes. So if you can see in some of the, can you read that one? Oh, it's, yeah. See, Mastercam notes. So there is like the commands, and I fill some of this because those my notes from all the learnings that I from all that, like the short course or whatever that I learned. I never threw my notes because I know that someday I can also use those notes. Yeah, especially this one when I was working in Abu Dhabi. This is still my notes. So I have notes here from my machine when I was learning about hide and hind control. So when I'm learning about hide and hind control, so I have also notes here. Uh, then see I still have some big I still have some big and a lot of pages here. See, a lot of pages. If you, it's really hard. See, a lot of pages, and this is Heidenhain control. When I'm learning about Heidenhain TNC, I buy ba TNC 530 control because there is a different control for like the different model or like what do you call that one like because right now there is TNC 540. So this notes is from TNC 530 when I'm learning Heidenhain back in UAE year 2012. So I have a lot of notes here, the symbols like single back something like because back in the day I used to write. I never miss to write anything when there is a training. So I still this one also I still have training in specific machine, the Soralus. Soralus back in UAE. I have one booklets and these are all my own writing, all my notes. So once I read this one, I will still remember how to operate the Soralus because everything is from here in my notes. So everything is here, even the sample programs. So these sample programs from the Heidenhain, I have all those. So I'm actually trying to find my notes in FANOC, in G Code, ISO, FANOC, but unfortunately, I cannot find it. I cannot find it. Oh, see, this one, this note is still back in, I think, back in, oh, this is back in UAE. Also in my first company when I was, and I'm also, when I'm trying to study AutoCAD, so this is my design, my house design when I'm still, the, that one, I just make it in 3D, which is from this design. So this is when I study AutoCAD in UAE. I still have some of these notes. Yeah. But anyway, because I already I have that big one book's notes from Fanuc programming, but I cannot find it. But anyway, let's continue our um programming. I have some here from this paper, but it's not the one that I. This is the printed one, old drawings, but this is not the one I do like my notes from my book. But we'll still do it. We'll still good to go to make the programs because once you learn the programming, you will miss some part, but you cannot totally forget it. It's already in your mind and it's already in yours. So let's continue. So let's begin facing. Mm, so let's begin facing. Um, I have my So, because I'm looking at my phone because I'm also doing a vlog for my personal vlogging. So yeah. So for facing operation, so let's draw again that our sample drawing. Let's draw again that one. So let's draw this one. 250 by 300. So we will paste that one. Let's get the top view of that one. So I will draw. Oh, what happened there? Yeah. So I will draw this one. So first, oops, it's not the one. It should be black. And I think let's make it 5. Then square. So again, please bear with my drawing because my drawing is we're just using the sketch pad and it's really hard to use. So just assuming that this is our block. So let's also draw that. So this you have to get the top view. So we will do the pacing. So the dimension for that one is so this one is 300 and this one is 250. Yeah. So because we have already the drawing, let's you can pick wherever you want. Like you for the origin, you can pick whatever whichever you want. You can pick somewhere here. You can pick your origin here on this corner. You can pick on the top left, on the top right, on the bottom right, or in the bottom left, or in the middle one. You can pick whichever you want, as long as you understand the how the Cartesian plane works for your origin. So no problem with whichever side you took as an origin. But of course, when you do the programming, don't make it so like so hard. Just make it easy because you're doing the programming and you're the one who will read it, and you will be the one to run your machine. So of course make it as easy as you can, because at the end of the day you will read your program, and if it is hard to read by yourself, so it's time consuming. So yeah, but so for me, for this kind of part, obviously we will get the middle one as our origin or datum or WCS, right? So I will draw um the center is our origin, okay? So if you want, you can still draw the Cartesian plane, but that doesn't necessary. I'll just draw it so at least you know what side or what is our origin, okay? Oops. I'll just draw it so that at least you know that is our origin from our illustration. Oops, it's not in the middle. Oops. Uh, it's not in the middle. uh, oh, wait, what? Why? Where is the other one that I already draw away previously? It's really hard. Yeah. So our origin is on the middle here. Let's draw the symbol of the origin. So that's the origin. Our origin is on the middle. So that's our origin. So we have 300 by 250. So before doing the programming, so the first step is aside from looking at your, of course, the when before you do the program, you have to study first your drawing. You have to check your drawings, whatever the dimension, are the dimension are complete, is there any missing details. So after you check your drawings, decide, of course, while checking the drawing, you can figure out already where is your origin. So upon looking at this specific sample, the one that I show you, I already know that I will get the middle as my origin. That one. That's why when I draw it, but basically in the actual, you already have the drawing, and you can visualize that. Oh, I'll get the middle one as my origin. So it's easy to program. Then once you get that, the second thing to do is to know what tools are you going to use. So since our first operation is facing operation, so basically you need a face mill cutter. So you have to know what available tools you have in your machine. So because we're just doing an example or sample program, so let's say our face mill cutter is diameter 100. So I'll put notes here. So I'll put some details here so that at least you will know that. So paste mill. Oh, what is that? What is that? That just comes out there. So paste mill. What is your tools? Let's put the origin first. WC is middle. How can I put that? Wait. So that it is easy to see. Probably A, just A. WCS equals middle of the program. Middle of the program. Middle of the part. Middle of job. Of part. So that is A. Why it's highlight every time? Can I just control copy and control B here? What is that? Control B somewhere. Okay. So B, tools, paste mill, diameter, anong how to type the diameter? Alt 02 216 0216. No, it's not applicable. Oh. No, not that one. How that one comes out? Project, not that one. How it's, yeah, that one. So, tools equals face mill or diameter 100. Or let's just put paste mill cutter D100. Can you read it there? Or let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it more bigger. Yep. Yep. So A. So what you have to know what is your WCS upon checking your drawings. Check what is the WCS or your origin. So middle of part. You decide which point or which corner are you going to use for WCS. But obviously in this kind of part, I will take the middle as my WCS as X0 and Y0 origin. And second one, check what is the available tools you have. So for me, I'll use example, I have my 100 paste mill cutter. Paste mill cutter, D100, diameter of 100 paste mill cutter available in my machine. If you have 80, so you can do it. But for our sample program, we can use diameter 100. So this one will be, you have your WCS, you have your tools to be used. So let's begin the program for the pacing. So program. Our page is still enough? I think so. So the movement of my pacing, I want to move something like this. I want to move something like this. When I move the, so when I move the, where's that, like around something what, oh I supposed to, no, not that one. I supposed to use this one as yeah, like that. Okay, good that we have like this. Because let's example that this is our paste mill cutter. So example, oops. Yeah, that one. Just example. So, if example, if this is our paste mill cutter, I want to move my paste mill from from this right, and downside of the part on this actual position. I want to start my tool here. Then it will move going to left like this, paste that one, then retract, position again here, paste again, retract, position again here, paste until it's all skimmed. You can choose whatever you want. You can paste something like this, zigzag type, paste like that, zigzag, paste like that, zigzag, paste like that, and go up. You can do like that, but for this tutorial, I'm going to paste like this, just one way direction. Go up, up, then back here like that, then go up, back here like that. I want to paste something like that, just for a tutorial, so you will see the movement. Okay, there's nothing wrong on it. Let's say just wrapping. So yeah, but some of the movement that you can do as a pacing, so you will not go up. So something like a zigzag type, something like that. That's all right. Also, like from here, it will go like that, go up like that, like that. So it's pacing. So probably we can do like that, right? Just for the pacing operation. There's nothing. Yeah, so probably we can do that one like that, like that, like that. So we can just see what is the value, positive, negative. Okay? So I'll just put this one somewhere there. Because let's example that this is our cutter. I think I will reduce it more a little bit. Yeah. So if this is our cutter, okay? I'll position it here. Okay, so programming, pacing operation. So when you do the program, please bear with me, my fellow machinist. Please bear with me because it takes a while before it's just easy basic operation, but I want to detail by detail from top of the program until the end. So this first program will be obviously a little bit long because I want you to understand every details of that block, right? So when you do the program first, I'll number it so that at least you have number. Create text. Or I probably just copy that one. So it's not, so the font is already there. Copy, paste, yeah. I'll begin somewhere here, okay? So when you do the program, first, you need to make a program number. So it's already default in your machine. So when you do the program, you can just put program number what? 1, 2, 3. For our sample, let's say our program is O. So in ISO, in GCO, in PANOC, G codes, your program begins with O. O, let's say 0001. And you can put something like this, like facing program. Yeah. Facing program tutorial. You can put something like that. Oops. So like that. You can put something like that. O 001. Facing program. Or probably O 0001 only. But as far as I know, it's 3. It's 3,000, like something like that. But why it becomes 1, 2? Oh, 001, something like that. I already forgot if it is 30 or 1, but some of the machines accept that. But anyway, 0001, that's the first to put in your when you do the program, because in the first place you cannot create a program if you don't have program number. So you cannot input a new edit field, blank field, if you don't have the if you don't created the program number for your program, right? So 000001, that's your program number. So number 2, when I do the program, will I copy that one? I'll just try to copy and paste. Okay, it's easy. Yep. So I'll number it so that we know. So number 1, when I do the pacing program, because G codes always have like something like there's always like a cancels of the active program, so there's cancellation codes, right? So I'll put all the cancellation codes at the very top of my program and at the bottom also, to be safe, because when you don't have cancellation and it's still active, your program is still active, you might probably have the problem. It might probably crash your machine or something what. So obviously, when you do the program, put all the cancellation at the top and at the very end also. So once the program is finished, they cancel all the active program. So at the top also, once the program before it start, they will cancel also all the active program, just in case. So put all the active programs at the top. So I will put, even though our program is pacing, so I will put the cancellation of the drilling, cancellation of the pocketing, cancellation of the contouring, cancellation of the tapping. Because when you do the one whole program, even our first program at the moment is just pacing, wherein there is no much, obviously supposed to be there's no much cancellation because it's just simple movement, jiwa, like the simple linear movement. But because I'm teaching you about one whole program, so you have to put everything on it, the cancellation, because once in the actual programming, you cannot program like one program 001, like the program 001, just pacing. No. In the real world of programming, 0001, there's inside of it, there is this all program like pacing, contouring, pocketing, drilling, chamfering. That's all inside that program number 1. You cannot just program number 1 is pacing, then you will create another program number 2, just contouring. Program number 3, just for pocketing. Yes, you can do that, but it's not a good practice in the manufacturing way of programming the CNC machines, right? So the good practice is from program number 1, you will put all the pacing, contouring, pocketing, drilling, chamfering. There is some instances that you can create another program just to make a specific program. If the program is too, like example, like there is this specific like movement like that needs a little much more details or much more bigger like sub program, you can do that. But as much as you can, one program number inside of it, when you run it, it will just go like facing, contouring, pocketing, drilling, all the operations is inside that program number. So that's why even our first operation is just pacing. Go back here. So we will now put all the cancellations here at the top. So um, after creating a program, which is program number 1, so we will put the cancellations. We put there like, And I will explain it. G40, G80. I normally put that one at the top. So G40, G80. What is that G40 and G80? I also put G69 because sometimes there's that coordinate rotation. Although not necessarily, but just because we already put the cancellation in the beginning, so let's put it all. So what is G40 and G80 and G69? That's all cancellation of the G codes. Like if you command G40, G40 is the cancellation of G41. G80 is the cancellation of all the cycle like drillings, tappings. So that is boring. The cancellation of that is G80. And G69 is the cancellation of like plane rotation. So you have to put it there. So I'll put beside of it. So I'll supposed to be after the G69 it should be end of block, but because this is just tutorial, we can put the definition of every block. So this step is cancellation So the very top is your program number, and the first block is the cancellation code. G40, G80, G69 are the cancellation code. Can you read it there can you properly read it there? Okay, at least yeah, you can still read it. Yep. Yeah, and the second one, so after that cancellation, we'll go to to the next block. So you know when you do the programming, you have to understand your machine also because the movement of your machine. So normally when you do the program, example in this specific one, so when example your tools is here, so it will move somewhere here, right? When you do the program, before aside from the cancellation code, the G40, G80, G60, the next one is your home reference position of your machine. Why it needs, because before you move to this position, to this example, you want to move somewhere here to begin the pacing, you have to home reference first your machine. Example, if your machine is somewhere on the, if this is your machine, inside your machine, if your tool is, if your spindle is somewhere on it and it might hit something, so you have to put to your second block is the home position of your machine. So it will just, if example, if this is your spindle and this is your machine, so it will just home first, position to which home position it is before moving to the positioning of your cutter for the first positioning for this one, for this pace mill. So that's the second one. Second one is home positioning. I'll copy, probably I just copy that one and align it there, which is the number 2. Number 2, oops. Home positioning. So what is the code of home positioning? So G0, G91, G28, Z0, machine, home position, Z, axis. So why I just put G0, G91? When you type this G0, G91, G28, Z0, when it machine reads this, the machine, if example, if the tool is here, so the machine will go up reference position to the said reference. It will go all the way there to the positive position when it reads that one. I normally don't include the X and Y because I just want to move the Z first, the Z first. I just want to move the Z first before moving the X and Y, because I don't want to include like the machine is moving sideways and up. It's dangerous to the machine also, even home positioning, because you might hit the part while they move all the way. So I move first the Z when the Z is already there all the way to the top. So the X and Y will move first. That's why in my block number 3, that's where I put the X and Y. I'll put X0 and Y0. That's number 3. Oop. Because you already have G0 on the top, it's okay not to put the G0 here. But it's still okay anyway. If you still put G0, it's still okay. So, machine home position, X and Y axis. X and Y axis. So that's the first 3 blocks of your very top of your program. The first 3 block, first cancellation code, which is this one, G40, G80, G69. And the next one is machine home position Z first, move it to the top first, so there's nothing to hit. When it reads, it go all the way to the top. Then the next one is move to the X0 and Y0 of the home position of the machine. If your home position is on the right, it will go there. If it's on the left, it will go there. So that's the very first 3 part of your block for your first program, for the first 3 blocks. Of course, some of the machines, when you input it automatically create a block. But other machine, you need to put still the single block. So to be realistic, let's put single block in a block. Oh, not any block. Yeah, they need something like that. See, they need like that in a block. In a block insert. So when you type that one, G0, G91, G28, G0, G91, G28, X0, Y0, N of block insert, AOB insert. So you have to put like that. So to be realistic, let's put in a block also. So you know that it's the program. Yeah. And I just put the definition on the side of it, of what is the meaning of that. Okay, so are you following me? Are you following me to our pacing program? You know what? It's really hard to explain. Right? It's really hard to, you know, back in the day when I'm teaching someone, like there is a new operator. It's really what I'm feeling now is the same when I'm teaching someone in the workshop, because if you keep on talking and talking and talking, your throat got dry. And that's always my experience every time there is a new machinist and I'm endorsing the machine and I'm trying to teach him about the machine, programming, whatever it is. It I feel so like tired after the day because aside from you are trying to explain as much as you can, if you're talking and talking the whole day, so it's really hard. So right now my throat is I feel again what when I was during the when I was training someone. So I what I'm feeling now is the same feeling. So yeah, I might probably get some water. Just take a moment, please. So after the cancellation, home position to Z and home position, machine home position to X and Y axis. So the next one is the tool. So I'll just copy it again. I will leave like one space so that at least you will know that's it's the next one. So I'll just leave one space. And number 4. So what you will put in number 4? N1. I'll type it first, right? N1. Then space. You can put tool 1. Where's that one? Yeah. You will put first the tool 1. M6. Then in a block insert. Then up the side we will put a like tool number, because our paste mill is you have to assign your tool like the paste mill 100, which is we right here. You have to assign your tool whatever number, but of course if, because in our tutorial it's just for tutorial. So example, your diameter 100 paste mill cutter is in tool 1, so that's why it's tool 1 M6. So we put here paste mill D100 cutter. D100. Good. So that's your number 4. I leave space there because I want to specify that that is the next step. Is that next step? Is that called next step or next field? That's why I leave space here, because it's if it's all like if it is there is no space, so it's really hard to classify which part are you now. So N1. What is N1? N1 is means sequence number 1. N1 means sequence number 1. We can use that one in the later on. There is some specific like program that N1 is like usable, or it's not just N1 just to say that N1 is tool 1 something, N2 is something. No, there is a use for that specific sequence number. We can use that one later in the other tutorial of what is really the use of that N1. But for now, let's say N1, you can even remove that N1. you can just put tool 1 M6. It's all right. There's nothing used at the moment for N1, but because I just want to specify or like to for you to know what is N1 is, so I just put like that. N1 equals sequence number 1, tool 1 M6, like that. And N2 like tool 2, which is the next operation. What is our next operation? Example, like from the very top, contouring, and N3 is packeting. So yeah, we can put something like that. So like that. N1, because sequence number is sometimes we use that sequence number to jump. Example, we want to jump on a specific uh, block. So we just search N1 or N2 just to jump right exactly to where do you want to go. Because if you don't have that N1 or N2 or something what, it's hard sometimes to jump right away to that program. Or sometimes you require that sequence number for your, there is another topic on that in our future video tutorial. But for now, yeah, N1 is like sequence number 1. You can put that one right now, or you cannot. If there is no N1 right now, it's all right. There's no special use at the moment for N1. But because I want you to show what is really the proper way, so I put N1, tool 1, N1, which is sequence number 1, and tool 1 M6. You can put either like N1 at the top, then again at the bottom it's tool 1 M6. You can put something like that. There's no problem with that one. So N1, I think because for the tutorial, I can put that one in the next one, right? So you can also, because we are doing the tutorial, so I think we can put that one. I label this one as 5, so that we can easily, yeah, so that you can also say what is that N1, sequence number 1, sequence number, which is 1. So N1, sequence number 1. Sometimes I put beside the N1, example, I put N1, then at beside of it I'll put pacing operation, something like that. So that's what because example, if you have N2, you will put packeting. So yeah, I think it's a good practice. I will put facing, something like that, in the block. Oh. On the block insert. Actually, the end of block is on the end of this. Is at the end of this. Yeah, I think I will put somewhere here so that you can understand right away. Yeah, I put the end of block at the end of that notes, because that is notes actually in one pacing, so that's the note. So meaning sequence number 1, that in one. And here, I think this description should be here also. Pace mill diameter 100. And the end of block is, oh, what is that? What happened? Happened. So I will put the end of block at the end. Yeah, because it should be there, end of block. Then that tool 1 M6 is tool change. So I will put again. So that is tool change. tool change command. So tool change command, that's tool 1M6.